Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Previously, we faced the corrupted monk at the wedding gate down in Mibu Village, and we recovered two really important things. One was the Mibu breathing technique, which will allow us to meet with the dragon, essentially, to get to the Fountainhead Palace. And we also collected the first of our two items we need for actually two of several items, but two of that we need to collect, which is the stone. I can't think of the name of the stone now, but the stone we need for the Fountainhead fragrance. So there's that, and we essentially have been making our way back up towards the Sunken Valley, which is where we are now at Bodhisattva Valley, and we are going to go up against what's considered to be a rather challenging boss fight in this game. And I'm not saying it's not, but it's definitely a fun one for me, and I don't think it's too hard. It wasn't even hard for me, really, the first time I did it. I mean, it's got its challenges. I'm not saying it's easy by any means, but, it's definitely probably one of my favorite ones. So let's jump in. Now, I've already pointed out this fight before. So this is the Guardian Ape's watering hole, and this is going to get us to our second item that we need for the fragrance. And we're going up against the big guy down there himself. And I don't know if you know anything about apes outside of the relation to us, but they are quite formidable fighters. And this one is really well choreographed. So this is going to be a two-phase fight. And in the first phase, which I would argue is the harder of the two phases, it is going to very much fight like an ape. It's going to be very unpredictable. It's going to come at you really, really strongly, and a lot of times it's going to whack you and run away, and then turn back and come back to whack you again. So it's going to behave very much like apes do, where it's just like, I'm going to run in, hit you, and then run away. Another behavior that's very much like apes that it's going to do is it's going to throw shit at you. So it's going to pull a giant pile of crap out of its butt and throw it at you. And it's also going to poison. It's going to knock you back and poison you. So just be aware of that. I usually just try to jump out of the way. It can be a hard one to dodge sometimes. I'd say the hardest part about it is definitely the unpredictability in the first stage. And there are two things you can do at this stage to combat that. One is going to be the firecracker, which is going to throw him off his game, and you can probably use that a bit more than the flame vent. Alternatively, if you know my typical go-to, we can combine this with some oil, and we can get in some burn damage and some health. So I usually go with the flame vent. It does drain spirit emblems fast, so if you want to go with the firecrackers, they do work pretty much just as well in their own way. But like I said, he's a little bit unpredictable in the first fight, so I like to deal as much damage as I can to build up some posture, because this is not a deflection type fight. This is very much a beast type fight. So that's one thing that we're going to do. I want to remind that you should have rice. And the rice, of course, is going to be like a pellet I mentioned, but we haven't used it yet that way. And this would be a great time to use it if you're not using it. Ceremonial Tanto, if you have it at this point, because that was a mistake picking that up. You can use that to get some more spirit emblems if you need them, because like I said, this is one that can drain you of them really quick. So he's very fast moving. Like I said, he's going to kind of whack you and run away, but he can also be a little bit unpredictable. He'll come up and hit you sometimes, then he'll kind of flop down on his back and wail around on the ground like a little child, and it's very easy for him to damage you that way. I'm trying to think of what else he does in this stage. Like I said, he's tricky. So kind of keep that stuff in mind. Occasionally he might do a grab on you, in which case he's going to smash you on the ground, and it's going to hurt a lot. So, that's my analysis of that part. Once you get to the second stage, which I'll kind of let that play out once we get to it, he's gonna change up tactics quite a bit, and he's going to start using a sword. I never did this with a straight-up sword fight the first time I played it, and it wasn't... you can get around it. Essentially, he's going to leave himself open at certain points. And what I would usually do is when he leaves himself open, jump inward towards him and power up a really powerful attack, like the Ichimonji or Mortal Draw is what I go for. And if you have Spirit Emblems left at that point, which I probably won't because I don't have a lot of Spirit Emblems, period. I haven't been increasing skills in that at all. The Mortal Draw can deal quite a bit of damage at this point. So if you have Spirit Emblems when you get there. The other thing to watch out for at that stage is he's going to do this Scream attack, which causes terror buildup. And so if you see him going for it, you'll kind of see this little cloud fill around him, and he'll do the Scream, and it's going to hit you almost pretty much instantly. So you really want to back off when you see that coming. And you'll kind of see it when I get there. And I don't want to spoil what happens that leads to the second part, because it's really cool. But the tactics really have to change at that point. Now he's not going to act the way he does in the first phase. The first phase he's very wild, animalistic, approach to this. You got to really keep your distance and be careful with him. Second phase he's going to come at you with the sword, which is going to mean you can deflect, and the deflections can help a whole lot. So I'm going to exploit that a bit, because I don't need to, you don't need the Spirit Emblems then, and you can make him more vulnerable that way and build up his posture bar more. And so those are the kind of 2 points we're going to be looking at with this fight. So another thing you could do is to use the Akko Sugars to build up a little bit more damage with your sword swings, because you're not going to get a lot of them in, and once you run out of Spirit Emblems in that first stage and you don't have your Firecrackers or your Flame Vent, he can be a little bit tricky, because like I said, he's really hard to get in on and get hits on, because he's a little bit unpredictable, and his attacks are really hard to avoid at that point. So anyways, I'm going to go in for the oil, and we're going to kind of see how this goes. And if there's anything in there I forgot, I apologize. We'll see it though. So let's see how this goes. Remember, keep your distance. We got a good bit of damage in there. Back up. See how he hits and runs? Oh. That's a grab! Oops. Oh, come on. Oh, here comes the poop. Jump! He left himself open. Things I didn't think I'd be saying today. Oh, there comes the poop again. Oh, there we go. A lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Brace yourself. And back away, because it's going to do the scream. There it goes. You don't want to get hit by that. So it's a sword fight now. Oh, nice. Jump and get away from it. See, I'm chipping away at his health right now. Missed that. Gotcha. There you have it. And that scream does mean what you think it means. Memory, Guardian Ape, the battle memory of an extraordinary foe lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with the sculptor's idol and confront memories of battle to permanently increase attack power. The Guardian Ape was defeated, though its roar can still be heard. It is said that the infested body marks the undying. And if you saw the centipede there coming out of the head, that's why it was able to get back up. And of course, somebody had tried to kill it already. Which you gotta kind of feel bad for it. I mean, it has no idea what's going on with it, most likely. It's, we don't know. We don't even know what's going on with us. Like, how would it know what's happening to it? It can't die. And that's going to get us a trophy we have been working on for some time. Slender Finger, the slender finger of a young woman, can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to create a prosthetic tool. Found in the belly of the Guardian Ape, it is partially digested. There is a shinobi technique called the finger whistle that can drive beasts wild. The one who used it before clearly used it for this purpose, as evidenced by the finger's open hole. Alright, so that should ring a bell. There was a character who mentioned a whistle before. So if you go back to when we were talking to the sculptor about his partner, he said that his partner would make a whistling sound, a somber tune that he missed. So we just found what was left of his partner and know what happened to her now. So I'll talk more about that later, because that kind of dropped a bit on us. Let's go to attack power. Remnant, guardian ape, the battle memory of an extraordinary foe. Although distant, recollection of such a memory provided sustenance for the wolf. They say that the infested body is the mark of an undying, mark of the undying. But such as long life would surely be quite lonesome for even an ape. Perhaps the echoing roar of the guardian ape was in fact a solicitation of sorts. Okay. And if we go into the cave here, there's the flower we need. Lotus of the Palace. A white lotus flower found blooming in the depths of the Ashina Valley, where the fountainhead waters pool deeply. Remember, this is what we talked with Kudo about. The flower's aroma attracts female apes, thus the guardian ape carefully tended to it, so as to offer it to his bride. One of the incense ingredients sought by the divine heir for mortal severance. And we have what we need now. So we can return to the castle, which is what we're going to do eventually. However, there's a couple of things we're going to do before that, and I want to point something out. And as I was saying, there's a trophy that we just got for that, one we've been working on. So that was the final prosthetic tool, getting that Slender finger. So all prosthetic tools, we have acquired them. The next two things we're going to be working on prosthetic tools is working up towards the higher level, so we can use the lapis lazuli, which I don't think we picked any of those up yet, but we've read about them. And we're also going to be needing to collect a few treasures that we're going to use for upgrades. One of them we already have, which is the pine resin ember that we got in the previous episode, I think, or one before that, when we were in the Mibu village, first kind of starting out that area. So if we try to go back to the castle, everything is cut off right now, except for the abandoned dungeon entrance. So whether we want to or not, we cannot go back right now. Something has changed very, very significantly. And that is because we have kind of pressed time forward by collecting that final item. So this would happen once we picked up any of those three items: the mortal blade, the stone, and then the flower. So any of those that if we pick up, whatever you pick up last, will transition us towards dusk, essentially. So it's going to be a little bit later in the day. But there's other things that we can do here. So we're not done with the Sunken Valley yet. We're going to go back to... Or actually, we're not going to go to the Sunken Valley. We're going to come back to the Sunken Valley. We're going to go to the depths first. And we're going to go to the poison pool. So, let's climb up here. We have a new character here. And the place has changed a bit. The little hut over there is destroyed. It looks like there might be a dead guy on the ground, probably the former Sunken Valley clan member. This area is trashed. The reason I saved the Guardian Ape for now rather than doing it earlier is because of this transition. It actually makes fighting the snake guys quite a bit more challenging, if you ask me. To get rid of them. I don't think there's any new items around here. I guess feel free to explore, but I'm pretty sure it's clear here. And so if you're wondering why the place has been completely wrecked, this is why. Yeah. You know what that means. He's back already. So we're essentially going into a different variety of the fight. The ape is already headless, so we're not going to bother with the flame vent and all that. Um, the first fight can actually be super, super easy. With a fully charged mortal draw, you can take the guardian, or the headless ape, because it's actually the headless version. You can take the headless ape down very fast. However, this is a two-phase fight. The first phase is very much what we just fought. The second phase is about the same, but the guardian ape has a partner that we've just heard about, a bride. The bride is going to join the fight. Now, you don't technically need to take out the bride, but she's very easy to take out compared to the guardian ape prior to the head coming off. So, one of the main things I would say is keep your distance as much as possible. Run a lot. Use whatever health items you need to. And keep in mind, we got rice, so this is probably where I'm going to end up using it. Because I'm probably not going to have a lot of health. Divine Grass as a backup if needed. And I don't think we have anything else. If you end up dying a lot, and you have a Resurrect crossed out, the Bundle Disu statue can come in helpful here. Just keep in mind we only get so many of those. But if you're close to finishing the fight, I would say pop it. Why not? Go for it. So it's the double ape part of this that's going to get really challenging. But honestly, I don't think they're too bad. So you could use the firecrackers here if you want to kind of throw her off balance when we get to that. One thing that I'll probably do is try to face him more legitimately in this first fight, just because I don't want to waste my spirit emblems when I can use them against her if needed. So let's jump in and see how this goes. So there's a couple other things we could do, but I'll bring them up later. They require spirit emblems, so. Oh, who got wrecked? And no, I'm not shit talking. Okay. Alright, buddy. I'm trying to avoid my immortal draw for now. But I suppose I can just use it. You want to see what this does. Look at that posture break. Oh. Keep your distance from them both. Come on, big guy. He's weakened a bit, man. He's kind of giving up on me. Yeah, she's almost done. Alright. Let's unload on him. Oh, I missed that. Just to see what this does while he's open. Look at the health increase. That was my bad. Look how long that lasts, too. Alright, let's get rid of that. Memory, Headless Ape. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with the sculpture's idol and confront memories of battle to permanently increase attack power. The Headless Guardian Ape was a colossal beast plagued with the power of the Undying. And 2 prayer beads. Now, there is a trophy tied to this because the ape is not actually dead. Immortality 7. We have not done this before other than Hanbei. So you should get a contribution, I believe, to the Headless Ape there for the what's the trophy called? The one for all the big bosses. And then there's a trophy for actually severing Immortality there for taking out this centipede after that. Man Without Equal, that's the boss one. This is also going to be our, let's see, 4th trophy, I think, this episode. Acquired skills, bestowal, and ninjutsu. And this is the 3rd and final ninjutsu, I believe. So this should get you another trophy. A ninjutsu technique that wreathes a blade in the victim's blood, extends its reach, costs spirit emblems to use, activated after a backstab death blow. So it's blood tinge, in other words. The wolf discovered this technique upon beheading a foe with the mortal blade. Forming a cursed sword from spilled blood. Though it bears likeness to the mortal blade, it cannot kill the Undying. I've never actually used that. That might be kind of cool. So yeah, we got the parasite. So cool. I love centipedes. I think they're amazing. I like myriapods in general. I've had quite a few giant millipedes in my life, and smaller ones. All right. So we got a couple things out of this. Attack power for the memory. Remnant, Headless Ape. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe. Although distant, recollection of such a memory provided sustenance for the wolf. At one time, the guardian ape shared its den with a mate, as we just saw, but he alone became infested, while the other passed away. Oh, never mind, wrong one. Actually, I know where the other one is. We can go find it right now. Now even the flowers offered in tribute to her passing have withered to dust. We've actually seen the other ape. Let's actually go see that really quick. We'll come back here. If you recall, there was a small monkey up top. And I do believe that's, there's a corpse next to it. Hey, I killed you. Or, no, I didn't. The ape killed you. So this way, underneath, don't take the other hidden path. Just go straight through. And there's the body. So here's the other ape, I do believe. So it is sad. And we're going to backtrack for a moment, and I'll explain why eventually. So we want to head over this way, back to the poison pool idol. Alright, so first off, we have enough to do another prayer necklace. Loose prayer necklace, so 7th prayer necklace, sorry. Loose prayer beads strung together in offering to the sculptor's idol, increased maximum vitality and posture. The prayer bead necklace befits the strong. An unrivaled sumo wrestler once served a great feudal lord. Dismissed after giving to drink, he fell to the life of brigandry, and so he was dubbed Juzo the Drunkard. So remember, that's the guy we fought at Hirata. And I kind of think it's interesting that they tell you this so late in the story, as if you're not supposed to go to Hirata super early on. Alright. So Vitality 17, so we're really close to that being maxed, and attack power pretty high, so there's still quite a few more big bosses, though. We got 1 skill point, so nothing worth there. After the power leveling, I didn't really expect us to be investing much at this point. If we go to travel and go to the depths, I think it happens here. Oh, the Burrow's not inactive yet. Okay, so eventually what we're going to want to do is check the Burrow again. It's going to go inactive after a time. I don't remember what triggers it. It might require some additional stuff, but we're going to come back once that Burrow goes away. I thought it would happen right here. Maybe we actually have to leave the depths. Because I think that's what I did last time. Huh? If it doesn't trigger it here, then I'll just have to figure out what actually triggers it. But yeah, it's not there yet. We'll try leaving the depths and come back then. So we do need to go to Sunken Valley because there's a pool of water at the Riven cave that we have yet to explore. So that's another place we'll go. So turn around and head back. This is where we originally came across the serpent in the valley. You should be safe. Should be, he says. So, carp scales, always good to have. We should be able to clean out the pot noble's inventory after all this. Okay, which way are you gonna go? Gotcha. There might be one more treasure carp. Yeah. Oh, he missed. Or I missed. I think it's only the 2 of them, but let's get rid of the regular carp first. And scour for supplies, of course. Lots of shinies. We gotta get all the shinies. Okay. That's right. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here, but I'll do a quick scope over here. I think this is where we entered, but I'll check it anyway. There we go. And there's one more thing we need to do. in Sunken Valley. Apes, Apes place hasn't changed. I'll have to check into that. I don't know why that's not going away. I have had that happen on New Game Plus, never in New Game though. Maybe it's glitched out, which is unfortunate because there's an item we need there for that. So we want to go to the Undershrine Valley, which is the if you recall when we went to the Sunken Valley from Ashina Castle, there was a path you could take behind you, and this is I think where that goes. So here's where we got to from the castle. Oh, whoops. Oh, come on. Yeah, from the castle, you had to jump the ravine to get to it, and I'm pretty sure we are blocked out of the castle, like I said, from every perspective except for the abandoned dungeon, so that's why you cannot get back. Very strategic and nice planning on their part, if you ask me. You might run into some spirits here. I think it's dependent on level. Yeah, they're there. Oh, wait, let me check for items quick. No, okay. Alright, so we are in a new spot here. So, what was that? Just rock formations? Okay, just rock formations. Can you guess what we're going to find here? Oh, my favorite. I deserve a break for this. Right? We all see what that is. We all know what that is. As with last time, we want the pacifying agent and divine confetti and a whole lot of luck. I'm going to change this for now too. Not that I'm going to use it, but oh, he's doing the hair thing. Don't do the hair thing, man. Oh, come on. Stop cheesing me, man. Oh, I was still laying down. Crap. Oh, crap. I didn't see my life. Yeah, I remember, you gotta pay attention to both, right? Gokans. Okay. Fallen Headless Spirit of Gokan reduces posture damage taken for a time, consumes spirit emblems to use repeatedly. Headless are ruined forms of corrupted heroes who once fought for their country. Dedicated burial mounds quietly appease the spirits with severed heads, though none call upon them for long. Oh, come on, I should have got more experience for that. They're a pain in the butt. Okay, we got 2 items. Divine Confetti! Divine Confetti? Lump of Grave Wax. Oh, okay, I'll take that. I'm okay with that. Divine Confetti! Divine Grass. Oh yeah, that's good too. I would like some more Divine Confetti though. I think I'm okay though. I think we only have one more we have to fight terrestrially, and then after that we can. There's a couple we have to fight underwater, and so those will be a little different. All right, I think I figured it out. Finally. The Shichiman Warriors has not been triggered because I still have the finger on me, and I have not equipped it and talked to the sculptor yet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to close out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to... well, okay, first of all, let's talk a little bit of story. So we just got through with the Bodhisattva Valley. The guardian ape is dead. We found the finger belonging to the sculptor's friend. So recall that the sculptor referred to Bodhisattva Valley as the Valley of Monkeys, where he trained with his partner. The guardian ape had the slender finger in its digestive tract, and the slender finger had a ring on it named Kingfisher, which was etched into it. I don't know if we're supposed to know that at this point, but just work with me here. We'll get that soon. The sculptor's partner was a woman named Kingfisher. Apparently, she was consumed by the guardian ape, and the sword in the neck may have belonged to her. We're not really sure on that, but who else would have got that far with it? The guardian ape was one of the infested, and an undying ape, of course. The undying ape fought like a beast initially, when it still had its head, until the head was removed. And the thing that's really cool about that is look how it changed its posture afterwards and its fighting style. The parasitic centipede took over and changed its tactics. So it was partly controlling the ape, which I think at least. I think that's really cool if you look at it that way. Because the ape completely changed its tactics after that. It was acting less animalistic, much more coordinated as much as it could be, given the fact that it was missing a head. And in the end, because we got that finger, the watering hole is where we found the flower. The flower needed for the fountainhead incense, and was at this called the guardian ape's watering hole, which is apparently where the fountainhead waters pool deeply, which is what we talked to Kudo about. And so the flower referred to as Lotus of the palace was intended as a gift for the guardian ape to give to his mate, the one who I think long since passed. And we saw that in the guardian ape's burrow. And of course, it had a new mate at this point, and I kind of feel bad for the ape because it's been living this undying life, probably not knowing why it is what it is, how it can do what it can do. You got to wonder what goes through your mind like that when you exist like this. So, anyways, I thought that was kind of an interesting build onto the sculptor's story because the sculptor filled us in about his partner and how they trained in the Valley of Monkeys, which is, of course, the Sunken Valley and the Bodhisattva Valley particularly, because that's where we found all the monkeys, and that's where the Nightjar shinobi were training. Anyway, if you are following along for the trophy completion, we actually have new trophies this time. In fact, we got a lot of them. So we have the Slender Finger we have Guardian Ape for defeating the Guardian Ape, which gave us the Slender Finger, which is the last of 10 prosthetic tools we needed. So we got a trophy for defeating the ape and a trophy for getting the Slender Finger from the ape. So kind of depending how you played that out, if you fought the Guardian Ape early, of course you'd get that from the fan, which would have been our last one, which was past the gun fort. So, or actually no, the ape should be the last one no matter what, because the gun fort's before the ape. So never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do sort of. Just bear with me. Then we fought the Headless Ape, and we got 2 trophies for that. One is the all ninjutsu technique, because we learned the third ninjutsu, which is the final one, and it's the blood tinge one, which I've never used, and we should definitely try that, because it sounds really cool. Because as much as, some people might hate blood tinge, well, I know some people love it, but some people I know really don't like it, because if you play Bloodborne, you know what I mean. Anyways, it sounds really cool, so let's hope it's better than Bloodborne in that regard. So then we also got a fourth trophy because after we took out the Guardian Ape and kind of pulled off the Shinobi execution, the centipede was still active. It was still moving, and so by using the Mortal Blade to sever the Undying from the Guardian Ape, you get a trophy called Guardian Ape Immortality Severed for doing such. So pretty cool if you ask me. And this is a good place to end the episode. So I know this is probably going to be a little bit short, but my main goal here was to take out the Guardian Ape and the Headless Ape, which same thing, right? Just different times here. And so next time what we're going to do is we are going to continue our backtracking here because we're not going to quite take on the castle yet because there's some things that I would like to do in the outskirts, here in the Abandoned Dungeon, and at Senpo Temple. And so that's where I'm at Abandoned Dungeon, in case that wasn't clear. So those are the kind of three things we're going to tackle next. And I think it's going to finally bring us to the Great Serpent. So we'll see how this plays out. With that being said, let us close things out for this one. I'll be continuing tonight, so if you're here live, stick around. Otherwise, thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later.